welcome to No Cabin Fever today. With us today we have Anshuman Dash from K15T, and he will tell us a little bit about when pages in Confluence grow too long and how to fix it. Without further ado, I'd like to hand over to Anshuman.
Thank you. I will quickly share my screen. Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great afternoon. My name is Anshuman Dash. I'm a product manager at K15T. And today I'm going to share with you 6 reasons why you should keep an eye out on that length of the Confluence pages and let you in on some best practices to help you and your teams to make the best out of the tool. Now, pages in Confluence are the fundamental building blocks of content and provide an open and flexible means to creating knowledge. They are super easy to get started and encourage collaboration with powerful editing and formatting options. And with features like inline comments, page comment sharing, restrictions, and different macros, they help you bring the party to where your content lives onto the pages. Now you can create pages to track meeting notes and get everybody on the same page. You can use these pages to broadcast information and announcement within your organization and collect feedback from them. You can create pages to ask questions, collect ideas, get consensus, and take important decisions within your teams. And if you work in cross-functional teams like we do, you can collaboratively create sophisticated documentation for your products, services, and processes. Now, Confluence is great, but if you're not careful, you will end up creating these endlessly scrolling, monstrous, monolithic pages that will give you a nightmare for days. I'm pretty sure everyone here is guilty of creating such pages at one point or another. Now, creating long pages in Confluence is not a crime, but if kept unchecked, they can significantly affect your team's efficiency and render your content unusable. But what if I told you there's an easy fix? The next time you encounter a long page in Confluence, here's what I would like you to do. Raise your inner villain and break them up. Long scrolling pages should be avoided when authoring in Confluence. And I'll give you 6 reasons why. First, it improves readability and comprehension of your content. Over half of your readers spend fewer than 15 seconds actively on a web page. Studies have shown that users spend 80% of their time looking at information above the page fold, and scanning and reading of content happens less as a reader goes down a page. Let's take this page as an example. To understand the structure of a long content squeezed into a single page, a reader has to scan for topics to come up with an outline. Although this information can be included at the top of the page using a macro, it is lost as soon as you start reading or scrolling through the page. It's not ideal and can render even the best of content unreadable. Alternatively, you can choose to split the sections of the article into different pages. This way, readers can easily navigate through the content using a clean page tree interface, and having these shorter pages will dramatically improve the readability and comprehension of your content. By splitting up long pages, you will significantly improve your search results and save time and effort to get the right information faster. Confluence's search function is often the fastest way for users to find information, and it's gotten consistently better with each generation of the platform. But the problem that long pages face is that even if they contain well-structured sections, each page is still indexed as a whole and is represented by only one search result, no matter how many matches you find within it. As a user, you will still have to go through the browser, search and find functionality, or use some other mechanism to locate the section of the page that's relevant for you. But you can avoid this 2-step search dance by breaking the topics on the page into a tree of multiple pages like we did. This will bring a huge benefit by increasing the chances that a searcher will see exactly what they're looking for directly in the search results. By breaking down long pages, you will also get fine-tuned control over who is editing what. Permissions in Confluence work at the page level. This means that within a single page of content, you cannot limit viewing or editing of certain sections to individual teams or people. There's no way to add this level of permissions granularity. Once again, breaking the content up into separate pages will save the day. Doing this will allow you to control the permission of each page in a way that suits your use case and preferred workflow best, and will give you the most control out of your Confluence pages. By breaking down long pages into smaller units, you can significantly improve your feedback workflow. Single topics on individual pages means more focused reviews, faster resolution of comments, better input from reviewers, and overall, a happy team. By breaking down longer content into multiple pages, it also makes it easier for reusing content across page trees in Confluence using macros, thereby avoiding unnecessary duplication of content and keeping your instance cleaner. Finally, breaking down long pages into smaller units will help you publish changes to your content faster and help you stay agile in your content creation process. Now, all of that sounds really great, but breaking up pages can be harder than it sounds. If you are used to putting everything on single pages, the idea of splitting them up can be overwhelming and raise several questions and doubts, like, where do I even start? How do I decide what pages to break up, and what criteria should I use when breaking them up? How do I manage restrictions across the page tree? Do I hire an intern and make them update the restrictions on individual pages? Probably not. How do I manage versions? Confluence automatically records a version history for me for the individual pages. But what do I do when I have to save the version history of pages together with the tree structure, for example? And page templates are great. I love using them. But once I break up the content, how can I reuse that structure? Is there such a thing as page tree templates? And exporting single pages in Confluence is a breeze. But how do I do that when my content is spread across multiple pages? I can't live without my daily dose of PDF and Word exports. Well, to that, I would say, keep calm and Confluence. Take a moment, drink a glass of water, and breathe. Not all is lost. Confluence is a powerful and flexible tool that provides you with many out-of-the-box features to manage multi-page content. Here are 3 simple tips that you can use right now to level up your multi-page game. Start by building up your document structure first, wherever possible. Having a structure makes it easy to create new content, as well as update existing ones. It also aids any content reuse efforts you might be working on. And for your users, they will easily be able to find the information that they're looking for. When you're creating your page from scratch or breaking an existing one, a good rule of thumb is to turn the content under each heading 2 into its own page. Make use of prefixes wherever possible. Prefixes not only help you provide context and orientation to your readers, they will help better organize your pages in Confluence. It is not possible in Confluence to have multiple pages with the same title in the same space, which can be an issue because many different documents can have the same section title, for example, introduction or background or a glossary. Therefore, having prefixes will help you deal with that. Finally, when users search for your pages, having a prefix will provide them with additional context. At K15T, we use prefixes liberally. Some examples are, let's say, you can use prefixes to denote the type of content that a page is part of. This way, I can search for a page and I know exactly what kind of content is in that. We sometimes use Jira issue keys as prefixes for better traceability within our cross-functional teams. And you can also use the most simple method of prefixing, the timestamp. In Confluence, you can add macros to a page to add extra functionality or include dynamic content. They're amazing. Use them. Here are 4 macros that will help you when dealing with multi-page content in Confluence. Use the children macro on the top level page of your multi-page document to orient users with the topics covered within your page tree. On the content pages, use a table of content macro to get a more granular index of topics on that page. Use the recently updated macro to track activity across a page tree and stay on top of things. And finally, you can use the page include and excerpt include macros to reuse topics from across your Confluence instance and develop your documents. But even with all the tools that Confluence provides, there's a few major gaps when it comes to managing multi-page content. For example, versioning the multi-page content or managing restrictions across them, prefix management, and exporting these multi-page content. That is why, in order to make working with multi-page content as breezy as possible, we at K15T developed an app called Scroll Documents. Now, Scroll Documents helps you manage a collection of pages as a single unit of content that we call document. You can convert a page tree into a document or create a new one by pulling together pages from all across your Confluence instance. It comes packed with many powerful features that will most certainly help you level up your multi-page game in Confluence. Start by building up your document structure with the document composer. The composer simplifies the creation of multi-page documents significantly. Out of all the amazing things it can do for you, it lets you quickly search for and add existing pages one by one or in bulk to your document. It lets you choose whether you want to copy those pages into your document page tree or simply link to them. You can also restructure your document page tree while you're adding the pages and build up your outline exactly the way you want. You can rename your page titles, add blank pages, and even remove them from your page tree. And once you're happy, you can hit save, and all the changes that would have been applied to your page tree in bulk, saving you a significant amount of time. We already talked about the benefits of page prefixes. With Scroll Documents, you can add and update prefixes to your page tree in one go. In addition to the usual document metadata, you can add a prefix that will be applied to all the pages in your document page tree. You can update this prefix anytime you like, and also once added, the prefix will be automatically added to all the pages that are added to the document using the composer, helping you standardizing your document creation process. With Scroll Documents, you'll be able to manage the restrictions of your document page tree using what we call the restrictions manager. It enables you to apply restrictions in bulk to all the pages in your document, thereby giving you more control and saving you time. You'll be able to add restrictions for users and groups and control who can view and edit the pages or update the metadata of your document. But where Scroll Document really shines is the versioning multi-page document capability. With Scroll Documents, you can save snapshots of your entire page trees, add metadata, and even compare the different versions in a side-by-side comparison tool. And unlike Confluence diffing tool, where you can only compare a single page, versions of single pages, here you can compare the entire page tree at one go. And thanks to the integration between Scroll Documents and our Scroll PDF and Word Exporter apps, you'll be able to export your multi-page documents into beautifully formatted PDF and Word files. And soon, you will be able to reuse your document page trees as template as well. With this feature, you'll be able to mark your existing documents as templates, and once marked, they'll be available in the Create Document dialog for your users to create new documents. So now your users will be able to create multi-page documents whenever you want. So you can standardize your structure and save them as templates for future use. Now it might take some practice to start breaking down your long pages, but once you get a hang of it, you'll see that there is no going back. It is possible that every now and then you might slip back into the old ways, dumping content into a single page to a point where your readers start developing carpal tunnel disorder from all that scrolling. But when things get difficult and you find yourself surrounded by the darkness that is long pages in Confluence, just close your eyes and repeat the 3 magical words. Break them up, and you'll be perfectly fine. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anshuman. That was a very great insight. So if the audience has questions, please use the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen, and then Anshuman will be happy to answer them live. Okay, so if there's no further questions for today's talk, then I'd like to welcome you back tomorrow with Home Office Survival Guide with G Suite and Linchpin by Alisa Tietz from Cybert Media. Same time, same channel. See you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.